Century 21 All-Stars here making another quick video, and this time I'm with Tom Ramirez from New American Funding.
Hello.
And I'm excited to do this video because you're everybody's favorite and you have so much knowledge. So let's get right to it.
Yes.
Tom, what kind of credit do you need to purchase a home? You need like when people say, oh, what FICO score do I need?
Yes.
What do we need?
See, so there are three things that we need to purchase today. So one is credit, one is income, and one is down payment. So today we're going to cover the credit, and I believe you covered a couple of the other ones or one of them before. So we're going to cover credit, which is one of the three important keys to be able to buy. The greatest thing about credit is the minimum FICO score you need is 580. Okay, so we can do a deal at 580, getting reasonable pricing and stuff like that. There's other programs that are available below 580, but they are usually higher rates and more difficult loans to get, more down payment and stuff like that. But to get your typical 3.5% down program, you can go ahead with 580 FICO score.
Okay, and credit is from what score to what score?
So typically credit runs, it can go as high as 850 and all the way down to 400. We've seen them 400. You see them pretty low, but you want to be in the middle if you can, between maybe 620 and 740, 760. Credit is one of those kind of things that the better credit you have, usually the better interest rate you get, depending on the program that you apply for. On government programs like FHA programs, credit isn't such a big deal as it is to a conventional program where you would be getting money as far as when you put more like down payment, or you get a certain program where you can still get in with zero money down, but the credit score does matter a lot more in those programs.
Okay, so a lot of people tell me, oh, I don't have good credit, so I don't qualify, or
yes.
What should we do in that case? What can they do to up their score? What I tell them is, come in and let's check your credit because it may not be bad.
Right. That's a great point. So Maricela, being on your team, we offer a free credit report. So one of the key things when people say, oh, you know what, my credit's terrible, or I looked at it on Credit Karma, you know, and it's telling me this, those programs that are out there that give you credit scores don't necessarily truly give you your true credit score all the time. So what we do as a service to you and being on your team is we'll sit down with the customer, run their credit, give them a copy of their credit at no charge to make sure that they'll be able to qualify. So many people have come in and said, you know what, my credit's terrible, I won't qualify for anything. After we sit down with them and we go through the motions of seeing the credit and what maybe we can do, they're able to purchase within 30 days.
Perfect.
You know? And sometimes right away.
So there's things that you can do to make the score go up fast. Correct.
There's programs that we have that we could tell for the customer at no obligation and no cost what they need to do to get their FICO score up to a higher score. Because we just did a presentation and one of the loan officers took a FICO score from, I believe it was 620 or something like that to 680. The payment dropped $200 in the difference. Okay. So it makes a big difference on just a few points.
And 620 is a good.
And it's a good FICO.
It's a good score, but they still wanted to improve it just to get a lower payment.
Yes, and with interest rates rising, sometimes this helps so much with getting a lower payment.
Right.
So that's what we do being on your team.
Perfect. So I'm glad that you mentioned Credit Karma, because sometimes I have people say, oh, I just checked my credit on Credit Karma or the other companies. And I tell them that's not like the credit that you need for when you're buying a home. It's different, right? That's just like a general overview or something, but it's not like down to the actual numbers of what it is to purchase a home.
Very true. We run 3 credit scores. Credit Karma either has 1 or maybe 2 sometimes, but we run 3 bureaus, you know, which is Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, yes. So those three, we take the middle of the 3, to be fair, you know? So, and that's how we determine what interest rate you're gonna get off the middle of those 3. You know, so, and the interesting thing about those 3 is they all have their own rhythms of how they figure out what their credit scores are going to be.
Percentage.
Correct. And we look at different things, like there's installment credit, revolving credit. Installment credit is like your car, right? So those are payments that are due every month. Revolving credit is your credit card. So those credit cards, those are the ones that you make sometimes, or and what your payments are. What you want to kind of do is keep those revolving credit cards to about 30% of the maximum amount. Perfect. That helps your FICO score go up. But when we sit down with them, we'll let them know.
Yeah. So, okay, so minimum of 580.
Correct.
And different programs for different credits. So again, if you feel that you may not have like the best credit score, the first thing is to sit down and let's go over it. There's things that we can do to boost it, if that's the case.
Yes, and you'd be surprised again on how many FICO
we see
scores.
It all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That at the end they're going like, wow, we didn't even know we could buy.
Yeah.
So yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Tom.
You're welcome. Our pleasure.
Thank you. See you guys soon. And if you have any questions, shoot out a text, email, or private message me, and we'll be out there to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.